Well, my old coffee maker finally bit the dust, so I got this new Hamilton Beach model 46205. I think that's correct. And anyway, I'm just setting it up and just washed it and everything, and ran I guess a cleansing full pot of water through it. Maybe some of you want to do vinegar first to clean it more. I don't know. I just washed everything that was removable and ran the full pot of water through it. And that's good enough for me. And I'll save my vinegar for when it needs cleaning again. Anyway, the Model 46205. It's really cool. It's had a couple of things when I got it that I didn't realize it had. It has down under here, instead of the regular kind of rubber feet, it's got some little plastic rollers that just let it roll around effortlessly. It's like little rolling pins, sort of, each of the four things underneath it, and it just lets it turn around so you can get to the reservoir and take it out in the back, just super easy. And or just move it around for cleaning, pulls in and out much easier. But it doesn't. It's got a little. You have to push it a little bit, so it's not going to go flying off the table if you roll it around. But it's just that's very cool. My other one was always sort of stuck halfway to the counter and kind of a pain in the ass to move it. So, but like that anyway. The only other thing I liked more maybe about my old one is it had a stainless steel solid pot. But how long this will last without getting broken, I don't know. But it just shipped in the manufacturer's box, and it was really well packed, and so nothing arrived broken. There were some of the reviews on there that said the display might stop working. I'm not that worried about it because it looks fantastic right now. And my old one, the display never worked right, and it just got dimmer and dimmer to where you had to just stick your face right up on it to see the numbers during its last days. But it got to where it wouldn't brew the whole amount of water. It was leaving about a half a cup in the water reservoir every time. And then I would clean it, and then the clean light would come on, and like the next day, and I figured it was just on its way out. It was brewing slower and slower. So I went ahead and ordered this one. It cost about maybe $35 or $6 online, and you can compare prices. Maybe it's cheaper sometimes. But 12-cup coffee maker. It's programmable. Very easy to. It's got brew options. You can set the amount of warmness you want it to keep your coffee. Regular, I think, is the hottest there. And if you don't like it kept that hot, you can do that, and it cuts off in 2 hours by itself. But it's got these little rolly things that you can move it around, and then you just push this little button right here on the side of the what do you call it? I don't know, the bin where you put the coffee and everything. And I just put it takes either filters, or you can use these permanent filters. I just washed. It looks terrible, but it's actually clean. It's just stained from coffee use. But there's no holes or anything in it, so I just went ahead and reused or am for now anyway, reusing my old permanent coffee filter thing. And so that was from not really the old coffee maker, but I got that when I set up the other coffee maker. And then it comes with, this thing comes right out, the basket that you put the coffee filters in or whatever. I know there's a name for that, but I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Nor do I care. Anyway, just goes right back in there, and then this little door swings out though, and you take that out, put your filter in it, or your permanent filter, pop that right back in there, shut the door, and boom, you're ready to make coffee. And then it's got a removable reservoir on the back here. You can just take that out and Pop it in the sink. And the thing I like about this, the thing that always bothered me about my other one, my last one, is that it had a removable reservoir, but you couldn't even get your hand down in it. You could, much less a sponge or anything to really wash it good. And, a lot of times I would just do the best I could with a wash rag and sort of put soap down in it and shake it up. And it was just a pain in the ass, You just couldn't get in there to clean it. Nor the same with the coffee pot on that old one, come to think of it. You could not get your hand through the opening at the top. It was too narrow. And this one, of course, is super easy to get your hand in. Plenty of room there. And the same, this is so well designed, there's not any surface that you can't get to on the inside of this reservoir that you cannot get to wash it thoroughly, just like a normal thing. So, and I've got big hands, and they just, there's just enough room to get in there, and everything is like smooth. There's no weird square parts and stuff that you can't get underneath or whatever. You can really get in there and wash everything so that no, I guess mold or algae or anything like that builds up in it, and just, when it does, you can wash it out. So same for the outside and the underneath. You can get all up in there and all that. But anyway, I really like that about that. So anyway, we're going to make some coffee here in a minute, and I may do a part 2 to this and just show you how the coffee comes out. But a nice big full 12-cup reservoir, and it's got a little kind of lip here on the back of it that this just sort of slides down over, so you kind of just put it in and then just sort of press it up against the coffee maker and just drop it down after you fill it with water. Anyway, we'll come back in a sec and I'll make some coffee. All right, so we're back. I had to take a little break there because I can't really hold the phone / camera and do the add the coffee with the scoop and all that, and fill up it would have been harder to, let's put it that way, to do all that and fill up the reservoir while I was trying to hold the camera. Anyway, just filled up the reservoir about between 8 and 10 cups. I use a big coffee cup, so about 9 cups on this one, and this is kind of universal. The last 2 coffee makers I've had, it measures out about the same, but about the 9-cup mark makes like 3 big cups. So, it depends on what cup size you use. I usually just take, when my cup's clean, I just put a cup of water, fill it up with water, and fill up the reservoir with the cup just the first time, just to make sure it measures the same. And then I know how many cups, what line. But anyway, for me, 3 big, really big cups like that is about 9 on the, between 8 and 10. So anyway, but again, I love this. This thing's just super easy to fill up. Just pop it in there, and, then you might have to sort of pull it back up and kind of just drop it in. Want to make sure that lip that's inside kind of hooks over so it holds the thing in there nice and flush and level. And then you just push your little button there. The thing pops out, and this thing again is removable. And then this is my old, again, that has been washed. It just looks fucked up, but it has been washed. So I let an F-bomb go there. But anyway, yeah, I'll burn in hell, I guess, now. Anyway, then you just drop your permanent coffee filter or your regular coffee filter in there and put coffee in it, or, like I said, the whole thing comes out. If you've got a permanent coffee filter like this, of course, you can just take it out and fill it up. If not, you would put your filter in there and take the little thing out. Blah, blah, blah. And, all right. So, And just going to close it up, and yeah, I had that. Okay, that's already clean. And then just push the on button. Only thing I don't like about it, just so far, is just when you push the on-off button, it's kind of back heavy. It's not going to turn over or anything, but when you've got water in the back of it, it's a little bit back heavy, so you almost kind of need to hold it on top to push the on button. You can do it without, but it's going to kind of rock back. It's not going to go anywhere, but it's just the way the little legs, pivoty things are on the bottom. It just sort of lets it rock back. But we'll see how the coffee is. I'm sure it's probably going to be pretty good. I doubt there will be any weird taste or anything. The only caveats to this model in particular, some folks said that the display died pretty early on, so maybe from steam coming up or something. It's unknown. It comes with a 1-year warranty in the US. If you're in Canada, you get a 5-year warranty. So I don't know. Maybe I'll move to Canada. Probably too late now. I already bought it in the US. Anyway, but it's the Hamilton Beach coffee maker, 12 cup, 46. I'll just make sure of that. Comes with a nice manual. I actually read that. It's not a long read either. But yeah, let me see that. Model is 46205. Let's see. Get it to focus there. 46205. So, if it's terrible tasting, I'll come back and tell you that. If not, we'll end this video. So, but I love all the little features on it. And I love the way it turns around. I love the way every part of it is cleanable, except, of course, the internals, which they never are. But, yeah, you can get your hand down and wash the pot out and wash out the reservoir and wash out the basket that holds the filters or permanent filter. And so that's one of the main reasons I saw this one and saw those features, and I said, you can get your hand down in that reservoir to clean it. I'm getting that one. Plus, I like the way the clock and display looked, and I like it even more, actually, when I see it, in real life. So it's just a really good-looking display. So if it lasts, if it doesn't go out early, I think I'm going to be happy with it. So there you go, folks. There's a look at the Hamilton Beach 46205.